So, welcome everybody that joined our today's call, where we're going to look into wallet tracking, how this whole process looks like, and explain it as simple as possible. So for that, I will share my screen with you and we will jump right into it. So what we will do for now, let me share my screen and we will go through each single step. Perfect. So when we are looking for insider wallets, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use here the site gmgn.ai, which you can see here at the top. Very simple. From here on, what we want to do is we're going to go on the tab trending, because we want to look into the projects that are trending right now. What we can see here is on the left side, we see all the tokens. So we see the name and the logo. Right next to it, we see the age of the token, which will be also very interesting. Because when we're looking for tokens and for insiders, we want to look for tokens that are right now active and fresh. So what I'm doing here personally, I'm looking for projects between 1 to up to maximum 30 days. Everything further up is way too long, and we have more whales, more people that are long-term holders, but not quick insider traders. So that we can filter also here. Then the next tab which we see is the liquidity and the market cap. So the higher the liquidity and the market cap, the more money is inflowing into this project, which will be also very interesting in the next step. The next step here is we see the holder amount, meaning how many holders does this project have? Right next to it, we see the 24-hour transactions, meaning that how many transactions is happening in this project, and we can also filter through those. And everything else then on the right side, I would say the most interesting will be then here, where we see the 1 hour percentage and then also the degen audit. On the degen audit, we see right away, is there any red flag? Is there, for example, a holder or the developer with top 10 holders holding more than 42%, as we can see here now, which is not really the best. And we can also see right away if there is no mint, if there is a blacklist, if there is burnt liquidity, and we see how many insiders are there. So what we do here is, if there is a burnt liquidity, this is also very interesting for us, because this means it's a serious project. And what we do now is, when we want to look into those projects, I'll also share one more time the screen, and I'll tell you exactly what we do. What we do here is we are filtering through the liquidity. So I just click here on liquidity and I see from the most liquidity to the least. And what we do now is we then scroll down and look for a project which is also not that old. Like for example here, you can see 10 days. So 10 days is a fresh project, but it has a high liquidity. So what we can do now is we can click on the project and we can look deeper into it. Let's see. For the first day, we can now then see, okay, the price structure is typical for a meme coin. And that's also a great potential, because we see at the beginning only a few people entering, and then we can see a price explosion 5, 10, 50, 100x. So that's good potential. What we want to do now is find out as many insider wallets that enter this low. How do we do that? We go here to the bottom where we see all the buys, all the sells of the project. And we click here on the traders tab. When we click on the traders tab, we see all the traders. On the left side, we see the wallets of them. We see then the Solana balance, which is very interesting because we will also take a look at it, because this tells us how much Solana they have, meaning the more Solana they already have also on this on their wallet, the more they will continue to trade. Because if someone already withdrawn everything from the wallet because they changed the wallet, this wallet won't be active anymore. Then we see also how much they bought for and how much they sold for. And on the right side, the P&L, how much profits they made. Mostly those wallets are also those traders filtered by the P&L, meaning the more profits they made, starting from the top to the bottom. So what we're doing now is we look into those traders and we're looking for people that's entering with not much but exiting with a lot. What I'm looking for personally is always people from 5x to 10x to even more from their bought capital. So we are not really looking, for example, for someone that here enters with 580,000, exits with 1.1 million. Because this is just a close, this is just a big trader, a big investor that made 2x, but this is not really interesting for us. We are looking more for people like, for example, here, that entering with 23,000 and exiting with 504,000. Because this is a 25x, you could tell from now. So this is now interesting. And if it's interesting, we also check the Solana balance, which is 912, meaning this guy still has Solana on his wallet and probably will be still trading other tokens as well. So what can we do now? We just click on his wallet, where we see copy success, and we can then paste it here on top. So we go here, we paste it inside, and we can click on it. What happens then is we see all the data of this wallet itself. We see the last 7 days. How profitable was it? 95%. This guy made over 1 million in US dollar. His win rate is 54%, which is okay. I say everything above 50% is worth to look into it. I always then go deeper into research. And I see the total P&L is also very good. This is positive, 2.3 million in profits. And we see also the distribution, which is balanced, I would say. It's not the best, but it's worth to look deeper into it. We see 5 trades, over 500%, 3 trades between 2 and 500, 10 trades between 0 and 200. And we see 9 trades between 0 and -50, and 8 trades with over -50 loss. So what we can do now, and which is very, very important, is to look how active is that trader. How do we do that? We see here at the age section. On the right side, we can see when was this guy's last trade. And I can now just analyze how good is his performance the last trades. So we can also see, because we don't want a trader that traded 30 days ago or like 3 months ago, because this wouldn't be accurate to right now. I want, in best case, someone that is trading right now and is doing a good performance right now. And this guy doesn't look too bad. So to give you more explanation, what we can see here below is on the left side, you can see the type, meaning the sells and the buys, which is also then seen in the color on the total US dollar, here in green and here in red. Meaning when he buys for 448 and he sells for 135. Meaning here in this trade, for example, made a loss. We can here, for example, also check he bought Sunrio, token Sunrio, for $826. We can see, we can check the age, which is 3 hours ago. And then he sold it for 1,456 and for 988. Meaning he made a good profit of around 3x. We can also always click on the token and we can see when did he buy and when did he sell. And we can also see here the summary of buying for $800 and then selling for 1,400 and then selling for 988. You can also see the total profit, meaning he bought for $800 and he sold for 1,757, meaning in this trade he made 212%. This is good. What we can also check is then just looking deeper and clicking on each of those tokens, looking how good his profit is. Same example here, you can see he bought and he sold and he made 99% with this trade. Also not looking bad. You can see here, he bought and he sold. And look on it, there's a quick buy and sell. Same scenario we can see here below, and we can track each of these wallets. And when we're looking also for like those insiders, as we have been now at the peanut, for example, we can see, for example, where has been bought and where has been sold. So also we can see here, this was a typical insider trade. How can we track that? Because we see the token, we can see here is his buy. This is the small b that you can see here. And we can then see the sells that he's been doing. So here, for example, he bought for 23K and you see the total profit of 485,000. What we can see here also is we can go completely down below. We can see here he bought 2 positions right here for a few thousand, and then he was selling those positions. So great trade from here, from this side. And we can now also look deeper into it. Okay, we look if was this only a one lucky trade or was there more trades that he was performing really, really good? That's how we then gonna track. And if we say, okay, this guy has multiple good wallets, we then just copy his wallet and put him on our list. Same scenario, for example, if we now go back to Peanut and we track for other wallets. So what we do, we're looking for example, here, wallets that have been with a small entry and a big exit. So here we have another one, which you can see $1,677 and exiting for $314,000. Okay, this is a worth to look into because we also see the Solana balance is 1,418. So we can just click on it and we can go here on top and just paste it in. This looks even better because we can see right away a win rate of 75%. We can see the last 7 days. It's okay, 65%. But in total, he's working with a lot of volume, which we can see, 1.5 million. And in total, this wallet made 4.4 million in profit. You also see here the distribution, where we see right away, okay, main of his trades are between 0 and 200%, because this is 64 trades, and only 28 trades between 0 and -50. Okay, from that, we can look deeper into it. So what we look into, we're looking at the age. The age here is 2 hours ago, 4 hours ago. This is looking good. We can just click here on show more, which is showing then us all the other transaction. We can also see, okay, 2 hours ago, he made good profit. So what we can do now is then always just click on the token itself and we can see the transaction. So we can see his buys and his sells. Same scenario, we go deeper. We can check every of his trades. And when we see here, for example, he has a lot of sells of Truthless, we can always check and see, okay, he bought here really at the beginning and he sold here at top. So another good trade where you see, okay, he bought for 24K and he sold for 54, meaning he made 220% in this project. So what we can do then is also look deeper into it and we see here another project where he's buying in and selling in. And we can always then check. We can see good buy position and good selling position. And now a very interesting point that I will always tell you to be aware of is be aware of snipers. What means snipers? That means that people that enter the market and exit right away, meaning that you have no chance at all to getting the same entry and the same exit. Because those traders mostly look into low volume projects. They enter, and after just a few seconds, they exit the market, meaning on this list, it still looks as profit, but it's no chance at all that you can also get same profit. So how can you be aware of it? Is by checking the time frame. So what I'm always doing is checking if such wallet has 3, 4, or 5 trades where it's doing the exact thing. Because if this happens, this is a red flag for me. So how can you do that? You just with the mouse, you can go over this time, which shows you exactly 10:06:43. And the sell was at 10:16:24. So a good sign to always check, which I always say, if you look at those trades, if you would have entered 1 minute later than him and exited the market 1 minute later than him, would you still be in profit? If that's the case, great. Green flag, that means this guy is a proper trader. So how can we track this? I can also show you, for example, here is when we go for further investigation and deeper into that. Let's go, for example, on the tab here on the top on Discover. So when we go on Discover, we can now track here all the traders. Let me check one more time. I'll go here onto deep. And we can see all the traders that made, for example, the last 7 days, the most P&Ls. We can filter from that. We can also filter, for example, through the last 30 days. And from that, we can see all the traders from all different tokens that made the most profits. Based on that, also some of those traders and based on the sheets, we will also share with the community. But you have to always double check the trader and check if his performance is also good. Because one thing that I want to mention now is when we look into those traders is to check on snipers. Snipers that just now get the liquidity of the people that entering real quick. And I will also show you a scenario where you can already see right away what I'm talking about. So this is, for example, one guy. On the first view here, it looks like he has a good win rate, 79%. He has last 7 days, he has 14% win, and he's also in profit. So if you not look deeper into it, this looks like okay wallet. But what we can do, and that's one thing that I always do, the first thing when I go on the wallet is I check the time frame. Because here, for example, this is a positive trade. The next one is also a positive trade. And the next one is also a positive trade. But I can see right away that the time frames are very, very short between each other. So what I can do now is I'm checking here this time frame saying 2052, 27 seconds. And the sell was 2053, 29 seconds. So there was not even a 1 minute in between, meaning if you would have entered and then exited, you wouldn't have chance to also get the same profit. Let's see if he does it one more time. So you see 2049.01 and 2049.43, meaning the same scenario again. And this how this trader, for example, is making a few profits where you can see the same. He's just jumping in and jumping out if people after him follow him, and you have no chance to make the same profits as he is doing. So if this is the case, you can see, for example, here again, he made $72 in profit, but he entered at 2042.17 and exited 2042.43, meaning just 30 seconds, not even 25 seconds. So this is a red flag. If you see a trader that is doing such scheme multiple times, I say more than 3 times, more than 4 times, just delete this trader and go on to the next one. Because that's one thing to be very aware of if people are trying to grab some liquidity of copy traders. And this is easily tracked by this. So if you also have, after some time, a trader in your wallet where you can see he's not really performing good, just double check the wallet, go into GMGM, put in the wallet inside, and then check the time frame. The time frame is one of the important factors, which I'm always saying, if you would have entered 1 minute later than him and also exited 1 minute later, would you still be in profit? That's a very, very good analytic to see how good this trader in the end is. So yeah, that's now a quick scenario about how to track those wallets. And everybody can feel free to also do the same. As I said, go to gmgn.ai, check through the best tokens that are out there by just going on trending on the top, by filtering for 24 hours and filtering for liquidity or market cap. Check the time frame, meaning those projects doesn't have to be too long or too old. And then just go into the projects, look into the best trader section, which we can do by just scrolling down, and then look for traders that entering with low amount and exiting with high profit. From that, look into those traders deeper in, check their win rate, check the last 7 days and the total P&L, check the distribution of the trades, check that those traders don't have too many over minus 50 trades, minus 50 trades. So you are sure that you're not losing too much. And then check the time frame. How long ago was his last trade? And also check the time frame that he's not trading like a sniper, meaning 2 fast entries and 2 fast exits. That's all good. You can copy this trader and you can paste them into your sniper bot. So that was everything now about the whole finding of sniper bots. We will go deeper in it also next week in our academy sessions. And I hope if you have now interest, you can also look right into it, go through the trades, go through the tokens, find some wallets, share them also with friends and community. And then we will start with it right away tomorrow. Thank you very much. And we will hear each other tomorrow.